Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? Hope everyone's doing good. I came on today because I wanted to talk about the events that transpired the other day. Myself, I don't really talk politics. The reason for that, I don't like talking politics because a lot of the times when you talk politics with people, people tend to start getting offended. People start getting mad. People start trying to cram their beliefs down your throat or what have you. So I'm coming at this not from any political side. I just want to give my thoughts on this because I know when I found out the other day, I got a notification mentioning Charlie Kirk, and I thought to myself, like, that name sounded familiar, but I wasn't able to pinpoint it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that, like, again, it sounded familiar. And then when I go on to find out, and finding everything out that happened, that's when I was like, oh yeah, I recognize that guy. I wasn't a big follower of him. I wasn't going out looking for his videos and watching them and dissecting them and reacting to them and all that stuff like a lot of other people probably do. But I have seen a few of his videos, before the other day. So I was a little, I guess you could say, a little aware of him, and the videos that I did see, I agreed with. I could say that I agreed with, his viewpoint, for each of those videos that I had seen. But what I wanted to talk about was, I've been seeing all over social media, people giving their condolences and saying these different things, and how they, prayers out to the family, to the wife and the children. So what I wanted to say was, I've also seen on social media that some people were actually celebrating this, were happy, cheering, and I'm sure many people lost their jobs over this. I don't know the number, but I know people have been fired because of that. My viewpoint on that part of it, the whole thing is, no matter where you stand, whether you're, right wing, left wing, no matter what your viewpoints are or your opinions are, nobody deserves that. You know what I mean? Like, there's people I dislike or I may not like. For instance, I'm into hip hop, so there are hip hop artists out there I don't like. Cool, everyone's entitled to their opinion on that. Some people don't even like hip hop at all. You know what I mean? So, but I'm not gonna go and celebrate. If there was an artist that I didn't like, or I didn't like his music or what he was saying or anything like that, I'm not gonna go and celebrate if that person passed away for whatever reason. You know what I mean? I don't mean just an illness. If that person was assassinated or anything like that, I'm not going to go and cheer and celebrate, because no matter what, that's a life taken. There's no coming back from that. I remember there was that interview out with, I think it was it Biggie, I think, when Tupac died, or it might have been vice versa. I think it was Biggie when Tupac died, saying that he wouldn't wish death on anybody because there's no coming back from that, and there isn't. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be able to look at this, if you could leave politics out and look at this from a human standpoint. This person took a husband, this person took a father, and that hits me, that hits close to home for me, because I'm a father of two myself. I do have a daughter and I do have a son. I do the best I can for them, and now these two children have to grow up without a father, and that's not fair to them. You know what I mean? This wife has to continue her life without her husband, and that's not fair to her. So again, politics aside, nobody, Charlie Kirk, nobody deserves that. You know what I mean? If you're a liberal, a Democrat or whatever, and because Trump's life has, there have been attempts on Trump's life, and Trump, he's still with us, but I'm pretty sure there were people probably celebrating that too. You know what I mean? If you stand on the opposite side of Trump, I don't believe you should still celebrate if those were successful, that one of those attempts was successful. If you stand on the opposite side of Joe Biden, and that were to happen to him, I still don't believe you should celebrate that. So again, I'm trying to explain this in a humane way. Like, he was a father, he was a husband, he did not deserve what happened to him. The videos that I've seen, and obviously you go on social media now, everything's flooded with everything Charlie Kirk. But still, even, you know, the previous videos and even now watching videos, this guy was a religious man. He was, you know, he followed God, he followed Jesus. I've seen his videos where even if he disagreed with somebody, he told them, I'm gonna pray for you. You know, I hope you have a great day. You know what I mean? Even for somebody, even if you dislike the guy, I agreed with a lot of the things that he said. I'm not gonna point out specific things, but I did agree with a lot of things he said. So for people to come out and say that this guy was racist, this guy was spreading hate, and this, I personally don't believe that. And for a man to be murdered just for voicing his opinions and voicing his views, voicing what he believed, I don't think is right. And I don't think that's right for anybody, again, right or left, liberal or conservative. Like, that's not right for anybody to do. You know what I mean? And I also wanted to take this time to talk about Tom MacDonald. And the reason I wanted to talk about Tom MacDonald, if you see this video, man, props to you, man. Props to you. I will say right now, I have brought up Tom MacDonald in a previous video of mine, and that's because again, in the previous video, was talking about from where he started and where he's at now. You know, he started at the bottom, and now he's successful, making millions as an independent artist. And I think that's great. So that's why I was bringing him up in my previous video. Now I want to bring up that Tom MacDonald, and I figured this might happen. I had thought to myself, you know, the day after, you know, that day that it happened with Charlie Kirk, I thought to myself, you know what, I wonder if Tom MacDonald's going to make a song to this. I think he's going to make a song, but I don't know. You know, I think he is. And you know what, to tell you the truth, I was hoping for it. Sure enough, it was yesterday, I pulled it up, and sure enough, Tom MacDonald came out with a song. I think it's a great song. If you haven't heard the song, go look it up. Tom MacDonald, it's called Charlie. Again, Tom MacDonald, if you see this video, props to you. Only because I don't think anybody's done that. I don't know if anybody will. You know, maybe now that you did it, maybe there are other artists out there that might do it. But I listened to the song, I watched the music video, and thank you for that song. That's what I'm going to say about that. Thank you for that song. Tom MacDonald, you are an inspiration to a lot of people. I know there's a lot of people out there. Again, I hope you do see this one day. I know there are a lot of people out there that, you know, are fans of yours. You know, for whatever reason, they might like your music. They might like what you stand for. They might, you know what I mean? Whatever the reason is. I like your music because I believe what you're saying. And also, for somebody to hate on anybody for liking your music, I don't think is right, only because you got to take into account when it comes to hip hop and rap, a lot of these artists out there now, you know, they speak from experience. A lot of the raps are from experience, the things that they've experienced growing up, which is why they're probably rapping about drugs and different aspects of their life. And actually, another artist I'm a huge fan of is NF, and that's because he talks, a lot of his raps are about his experiences in life and what he's dealing with. So for you not to like an artist because that's what they're doing, I don't think that's right either. If you don't like hip hop, cool. That's, you know, that's your preference, and I get that. I understand that. But for you not to like Tom MacDonald for his type of music, I don't think is right either. Like, if you don't like it, cool. But for you to hate on him and not, you know, and just badmouth him or whatever, what have you, I don't think it's right either, because he's only voicing his opinions, what his beliefs are, what he thinks, and where he believes the world is going, and what he believes the music industry is doing. And you know, I do like his music. I listen to it all the time. That's why I was hoping he did come out with a song for Charlie Kirk, and he did. And Tom MacDonald, again, thank you for that. I'm gonna say it. I don't know if anyone else has, but I'm gonna say it. I do appreciate that song. If you guys haven't heard it and you guys are a fan of Charlie Kirk, go out, listen to the music. He did say, and there's one thing I noticed too about Tom MacDonald. This is, again, why I have respect for him, is a lot of the times when he drops a new music video, he's always promoting and putting out on social media and everything. Hey, go like the video, go download the song, go make it #1 on Billboard, and go do this and that. You know, he's over here doing, you know, trying to put that out there to get more and more people to listen to it, more and more people to download it so it can go #1. Cool, I get that. That's what a lot of artists would do. That's what filmmakers would do. You know, like that's what athletes would do. They're trying to promote what it is they're doing, and I understand that. Cool, I get that. And I do, you know, like I said, I go on. Mine is Amazon Music. I go on there. end up listening to the song. I download, do what I got to do with that, and like I said, I'm a fan of his. So I did notice with this song, Charlie, he didn't promote it. How it came across, I forgot what it was that I saw it. I was like, oh, there it is, and then I pulled it up. But he didn't do that with this song. But he did say too that all the proceeds he gets for this song are gonna go to the Kirk family. He said either that or it's gonna go to Turning Point or to a charity of their choosing. And again, Tom MacDonald, I commend you for that, because I don't know of any other rappers out there, whether they agree with him or not, did this or willing to do this or anything like that. So I'm giving respect where I believe respect is due. If you don't like him, you don't have to listen to him. Do what you can to, and if you do like him, cool. If you were a fan of Charlie Kirk and you didn't like Tom MacDonald, then at least go do what you need to so that Tom MacDonald can get money and then send those proceeds where they need to go, which would be to the Kirk family, Turning Point, or the charity of their choice. So this is my whole thing on this. I don't see any other artists doing what Tom MacDonald does. Like I said, I'm a fan of his. I'm going to continue to be a fan of his. Tom MacDonald, as an independent artist, I don't think he really has much to lose. He's independent, so he doesn't have to worry. He's mentioned in his song, he doesn't have to worry about a record label. He doesn't have to worry about being canceled or being blocked or getting cut from a label or anything. I don't know. I think he should probably come out with his own record label or just keep doing it how you're doing it. It's up to you, Tom. But I hope to one day maybe meet you. Again, the events the other day were tragic, regardless of who it was. You know what I mean? And again, that's coming from a point that's not political. No matter who it was, is tragic. Had it been, Joe Biden, it would have been tragic. Had it been Kamala Harris, it would have been tragic. Had it been J.D. Vance, it would have been tragic. Had it been Donald Trump, it would have been tragic. Like, no matter who it is, that's a human life. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody deserves to be jailed, like I see a lot of things about why Joe Biden should go to prison, or who is it? I forget his first name. Is it Anthony Fauci? I think, but Fauci, why he deserves to go to prison. Cool. If they deserve that, let that process play out the way it's gonna play out. But for them to be assassinated for these things, I still don't think it's right. Even if I did or don't agree with them, I don't. If I don't agree with your beliefs, I don't agree to your viewpoints, I don't agree with your opinions, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna cheer your death if you get killed, because that's wrong. Just on a moral standpoint, that's just wrong on all levels. Like it's disgusting. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Again, if you didn't like the guy, cool. You're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to your views. If you wanted to shout that to the world and post everything on your social media that I don't like Charlie Kirk for this reason, I don't like Donald Trump for this reason, I don't like Joe Biden for this reason, Kamala Harris, whoever it is that you don't agree with, for you to cheer and celebrate that person's death is not right. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't cheer somebody's death. That's just wrong on so many levels. Now, if you're, and I'm gonna bring this up because I'm pretty sure if this video does get out there and blows up, I'm pretty sure people are gonna bring this up. So, pedophiles, no, that's a whole different ballpark. We're not even gonna go there. Murderers and rapists, again, that's a whole nother ballpark, and we're not going there. This is all about Charlie Kirk. He was a man of faith. He was a man of values. This man, I remember seeing too that before he went into and did his debates, what he said God, I forgot what it was he said. Something about God, guide me or lead me, or there was something, but he'd make a prayer. For a man of faith to be taken like this is tragic, no matter which way you look at it. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not trying to say you should have sided with him, don't side with him, or whatever the case may be. It was tragic regardless, and for everybody now still bashing him and, well, he was saying this and he got what he deserved, and whatever it is you want to say on why you believe it's okay, like I'm not with that. That's no. This person did not, he was a man of faith. This person did not deserve to lose his life at 30, 31. You know what I mean? Like, and that hits home to me too, because I lost a brother. My brother was only 26 when he passed. He still had his whole life ahead of him. You know what I mean? I'm 39 myself, and I would, you know, as a father, I think about sometimes how would my kids' lives be if I was taken from them for whatever reason, whether I died of a heart attack or a stroke or, you know, whatever it is, whatever reason that I passed, how would my kids be without me in their lives? And then I would have to miss graduations. I would have to miss marriages. I would have to miss all these different accolades they still have to accomplish. They still have to go out there and do. If they go to college and graduate college, cool. I'm good. I would have to miss out on all that. And that's, Charlie Kirk is going to miss out on that. All because somebody didn't agree with what he said. You know what I mean? That's a constitutional right there. Freedom of speech. Now this is going to get people, for people to be taken for that reason is not right. Like, that's why a lot of people now put out videos, whatever it is your videos are about. If you're putting videos out, you know, I know I see a lot of people putting out videos where they're either making jokes or pulling pranks, or, you know, they have all these, you know, there's various types of videos out there you can look up. You know what I mean? I've seen scare pranks. I've seen the animal videos, people, just regular pranks, you know, the door cam videos and all these other videos where people just happen to trip and fall, you know, it's funny, people laugh, cool. You're putting laughter out there in the world, which is a good thing. But there's other people who, like Charlie Kirk, would put out these debates, and this guy wasn't, even if you didn't agree with him, this guy wasn't disrespectful. Like I said, he would tell people, I've seen him, I forget what video it was, he said, okay, well, I'm going to pray for you. You're going to be in my prayers. And for this man to be taken like that, I don't think it's right. Again, I'm sorry, it's starting to go off on a little rant here. My whole thing is, it wasn't right what happened. That's my viewpoint, that's my stance on that. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. You don't have to. You know what I mean? Like that's, if that's what you believe, cool, that's what you believe. Well, this is what I believe, and this is where I stand on that. If you're gonna stand your ground on that, then cool, stand there. You're gonna believe what you believe, I'm gonna believe what I believe. And we can just leave it at that and be civil. You know what I mean? If you believe that, cool. But again, this man did not deserve that. His children did not deserve that. His wife did not deserve that. My condolences go out to him and his family. I did pray for them the other night as well, because again, nobody deserves to be taken from their family like that. You know, over a disagreement in beliefs, a disagreement in opinion. You know what I mean? So, you know, again, that's all I got on that. Again, I want to say kudos and respect to you, Tom MacDonald. If you ever watch this video, thank you. I appreciate that more than anything. I am a big fan of yours. I do try to get, I did buy merchandise one time. I do listen to your music all the time. I don't have all your albums. That's something I'm going to work on. But Tom MacDonald, again, I commend you. Thank you for that. That song was a great song. Again, I don't know Tom MacDonald. I'm not doing this to say, hey, go out and start listening to this song. I'm not going to promote it like that. But my thing is, if you haven't heard the song and you were someone that did believe in what Charlie Kirk was doing, and you did side with him, even if it wasn't with everything he said, you might have sided with only a portion of what he said, and this side, this other portion you didn't agree with. Cool. Go listen to that song. I'm going to say it from me to anyone watching this video. I think it's a good song. Go listen to the song if you haven't. If you have, cool. He's going to put those proceeds to good use. Again, thank you, Tom MacDonald. I think that's really all I got on the Charlie Kirk thing. I won't bring this up anymore, only because I don't talk politics. I don't like talking politics, and that's just where I stand on that. You know what I mean? I already explained why, but you know, to be able to have a conversation with somebody and debate them and be respectful about it, he was good at that. Because I know there's a lot of people out there who would just blow up and get angry, get mad, and start yelling and cussing and this, that, and the other, which I believe did happen in some of those videos that I saw, you know, and he still kept his cool and just, you know, said his piece and still prayed for people. So, again, I prayed for him the other night. That's really all I have. Again, my condolences and everything to the Kirk family and his foundation, his company and everything. And again, Tom MacDonald, thank you for what you did. I appreciate that. If you haven't heard that from anybody, you're hearing it from me. If you watch this, Thank you, appreciate it, and keep doing your thing, Tom. Don't let anybody stop you. I know you're probably gonna go louder and harder after this. Again, you say you're in the middle, and cool. I do agree with you. I do believe in what you're rapping about and everything, and I'm gonna continue to listen to your music, whether people like it or not. And that's where I stand on that. I do listen to other music, so don't take this out of context thinking I only listen to Tom MacDonald. I do listen to his music. I do like the music. I do bump the music, but I also, listen to NF. I'm a huge fan of his. I think he's a great lyricist. I love what the music he puts out. I've always been, since I was a child, a Bone Thugs and Harmony fan and a big Crazy Bone fan. I like Andre Nicotina. Again, I'm not trying to promote all this stuff saying, hey, go listen to Bone Thugs, go listen to Andre Nicotina, go listen. No, I'm just letting you know that, yes, even though I'm saying I do like Tom MacDonald's music and what he stands for, that he's not the only one I listen to. I do listen to other music. I grew up on Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, NWA, and all that. So, again, Tom, I commend you. Respect. You have my respect, and I'm going to continue to listen to your music. To the Kirk family and Turning Point and everything, it was tragic what happened. And again, this is just my viewpoints. If feel free to disagree, feel free to react to this video, feel free to whatever you want to do with the video. I don't mind, only because I'm just letting you know my viewpoints. If you have different viewpoints, cool, do your thing. I'm gonna continue to do mine. This is different than what I normally put out. I'm over here trying to motivate you, trying to support you, trying to help you get to the next level and elevate you to the next thing and whatever it is you're trying to accomplish in life. So this right here is just a little something different, just again because of the events that transpired the other day. That's all I have for now. I do plan on putting out more back to my motivational videos. We'll be putting out more of that. If you guys like my content, you guys check out my other my motivational videos. That's normally what I have. You can go check those out. Let me know what you think. I'm open to feedback. I'm not going to talk politics. You stand where you stand. I stand where I stand. But I'm here to still continue to motivate you guys, and that's what I'm going to do moving forward. And now, I believe that's all I have for you guys today. So, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys in the next one.